I'm going to show you how to lose fat and stay lean for the rest of your life. No calorie counting, no obsessing over food, and the people who have done exactly what I'm about to show you have kept the results for years, not weeks. My name's Tyler Yorko. I'm a kinesiologist and strength and conditioning specialist. I help busy professionals get strong, stay lean, and pain-free without counting calories. I've helped clients lose over 4,000 pounds collectively and keep it off. Not through calorie counting, not through restriction, and not through any plan that requires more willpower than a normal person has. My client Matt lost 48 pounds and ended years of chronic back pain. Ryan lost 35 pounds in 4 months while working 60 hours a week. Jenica lost 59 pounds and kept it off for over a year and is about to complete an Ironman race. None of them track calories now. All of them continue to follow the 4 fundamentals I'm about to show you in this video. Fundamental number 1 is plan or fail. Most people struggle to lose weight, even ones who count calories, because they're recording what they did, not planning what they will do. Tracking your food after you eat it is like filling your budget after you spend the money. You know what went wrong, you just can't do anything about it because it's in the past. Here's what planning actually means. Step 1 is write down your goal. Not in your head, on paper, or in your phone. A specific target, a body weight, a composition, a feeling. Make it real, make it visual. Step 2 is pre-planning your schedule. When are you eating? What are you eating? How many times? Around your training, around your work, around the kids. Decide in advance so you're never making food decisions on an empty stomach or a stressed brain. Step 3 is pre-plan what you will eat. Not after, before. This is the game changer. We're going to come back to exactly how to do this simply in a few minutes. Failing to plan is planning to fail. It's cliche and it is true. The industry sells you protein targets and calorie deficits. The real lever is food quality. And science backs this in a way most coaches never even mention. Fundamental number 2 is quality before quantity. Here is something the calorie counting crowd does not talk about. The thermic effect of food. When you eat whole, natural foods, meat, eggs, vegetables, fruit, your body burns more energy just digesting them than it does processing the same number of calories of processed food. Protein has the highest thermic effect of any macronutrient. Whole foods have a higher thermic effect than any processed food equivalent. The second reason quality beats quantity is micronutrient density. When your food is micronutrient dense, when it has vitamins, minerals, and trace elements your body actually needs, your satiety signals work correctly. You feel full, you stop eating naturally. When you eat processed food, even high protein processed food, you can hit your calorie target and still feel hungry an hour later. Because the body is still searching for nutrients it did not get. Nutrient deficiency is one of the most overlooked drivers of overeating. Your body is not greedy. It's looking for what it needed. The rule is simple. The majority of your food staples should be natural, unprocessed, and as close to their original form as possible. Meat, eggs, vegetable, fruit, rice, etc. Foods that existed before factories did. This does not mean never eat anything else. It means these are your foundation foods. Everything else is built on top of them. Fundamental number 3, macro food swaps. Before I show you the phases of how to get completely off tracking, you need to understand macronutrients as food categories, not as numbers to obsess over. And the first thing to understand is this. The serving size on a nutrition label is not your serving size. My 6'8" client and my 5'1" client do not eat the same portions. And you don't have the same serving sizes as the average person that's put onto a label. So here's how to determine your own targets. Protein. This is the most important macronutrient for your body composition. Full stop. If you want to lose fat and build muscle or retain muscle, you must eat your protein. Your target should approximately be 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight. So if your goal is to weigh 200 pounds, your target should be 200 grams of protein per day. If you go over this, it's fine. Excess protein is not stored as fat the same way that excess carbs and fats are. Fats. Your target is approximately 0.3 grams per pound of goal body weight. At a 200 pound goal weight, That's 60 grams of fat per day as your baseline. This is the minimum sustainable amount to keep your hormones healthy. Most people do better with a little bit more. Do not go dramatically lower than this for extended periods of time because your hormones depend on dietary fat to function optimally. Carbohydrates. Carbs are demonized by the keto crew and celebrated by bodybuilders. Opinions are opinions, but the fact is carbs are the most manipulatable lever to pull. Everything else stays relatively stable. Carbs go up and down based on your caloric needs and your activity. If your training demands repeated bouts of explosive efforts, sprints, heavy lifting, sports, carbs are your friend. If you need fewer calories, reduce the carbs first. I do not recommend eliminating them entirely for long terms, but short-term reduction works very well. Now put it together. Decide how many times a day you eat. Let us say 4 meals for this example. One of those is a post-workout protein shake and a banana, so there's no fat in that meal. 200 grams of protein divided by 4 meals is 50 grams per meal. 60 grams of fat divided by 3 meals, skipping the shake, is 20 grams per meal. Say your carb target is 180 grams divided by 4 meals, that's about 45 grams per meal. Now here's the practical shift. Most food labels show 25 grams of protein or 30 grams of carbs or maybe 10 grams of fat as a serving. Your serving is twice that protein. You do not follow the serving size on a label. You build your plate to hit your actual targets. That is the macro food swap. Stop reading labels as instructions. Start reading them as information. Now, I told you at the start that you would not have to count calories, and I mean that. But I want to give you one more thing first. 3 reference points that let you understand your food without counting. Your food category rules. A food is a protein source if it has more than 10 grams of protein per 100 calories. So add a 0 to the amount of protein, and if it's higher than your calorie amount, that's a good source of protein. A food is low fat if it has less than 3 grams of fat per 100 calories. And if you want to know the percentage of fat in that, put a 0 at the end of the amount of grams of fat per 100 calories. So 3 grams of fat per 100 calories is about 30%. Your carbs should come from fruit, vegetable, and natural sources first. If you do this any other way, it's very easy to overeat carbs and not eat any fruits or vegetables. Now make a personal list of which foods fall into each category that you really enjoy. This becomes your operating system. Here's mine. Now the 4 phases to help you lose weight and keep it off long term without counting calories are simple. Think of this like getting out of debt. At first, you track every dollar in and out. Not forever, just until you understand where it is going and what needs to change. Then, behavior becomes automatic. Phase 1 is pre-track and execute. Plan your food in advance. Bulk prep. Make it easy. Track one day to ensure it's accurate and weigh it out. Eat exactly what you planned. But plan a day that is enjoyable. This is calibration week. You're not restricting, you're measuring reality against what you intended. Do this for a minimum of 1 week. Check your weight fasted on Friday and Sunday morning. Take progress photos as well, and if you got the result you're looking for, which is probably 0.5 to 1% of body weight loss per week, or 1 to 2 pounds of body weight loss per week. If you're on track with the results you're looking for, continue to phase 2. If you did not get the results you're looking for, adjust your macros, ensure consistency, and do it again for another week. Do not move on until you see the results you want. Phase 2 is estimating your portion sizes. Stop weighing everything openly. Put a sticky note over the digital part of the scale and start estimating. Practice estimating your 150 grams of chicken breast and checking it after you put it on the scale. Practice estimating your 150 grams of chicken breast and checking your accuracy with the scale until you're consistently estimating well. You graduate to phase 3 when you can estimate within about 10 grams of protein and carbs and 3 grams of fats and oils. If you're able to do that, and you're still getting the results that you want in terms of your weight loss or sustained maintenance, then you can graduate to phase 3. Phase 3 is to pre-plan without tracking. Plan your meals, do not track the macros, estimate the serving sizes. This is where most people skip to and where most people get stuck, and here's why. They stop planning for success and they just start winging it. Winging it is not freedom. Winging it is how you end up back where you started. Not tracking, not planning, and they don't know what to estimate at all. Keep planning your food ahead of time. Keep bulk prepping your food ahead of time. Keep checking your weight and your progress photos to make sure you're moving in the right direction. And if your results continue, move to phase 4. If it does not, go back to phase 2 so you can find out where that gap truly is. If you're not getting those results, don't stay on phase 3 and keep messing up. Go back to phase 2 and assess what is actually happening. Am I overestimating? Am I underestimating? What is actually happening? You have to track and you have to estimate. You have to understand where you went wrong. Phase 4 is structured flexibility. This is your destination. You pre-plan your plate using a simple template. Not macros, not numbers, just food category logic. The plate template is simple. I have 2 servings of fatty protein, I have 2 servings of lean protein, 4 servings of carbs. Those options are ready to go, and if I go out, I still follow my general plate structure. When you practice this template consistently, going out to eat occasionally will not derail you, but abandoning your structure and pre-plan altogether is what will derail you. Before I wrap up, let me answer the questions I get most. Do you have any resources for the food swaps? Yes, absolutely. I'll attach the food swaps list in the description of this video, available for download. And since you watch this all the way through, I'll also attach a link for a free 15-minute consultation and strategy session with myself personally to help you get clarity and help you reach your goals. But you better have clear goals first. Don't waste my time and go into this without even having any goals set. If you're clear on your goals, I can help you map out a strategy to get there. If you don't know your goals, we're going to spend 10 minutes doing exactly what you could have done on your own. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. Set your goals first. So let me summarize what we covered in this video. Make notes and make sure you have a plan moving forward. The first thing was plan for success. Pre-plan your schedule, your timing, and your food before the day happens. Number 2 is quality first. The majority of what you eat should be natural, unprocessed, and micronutrient-dense foods to keep you full and satisfied longer. Number 3 is macro food swaps. Understand your personal protein, fat, and carb targets. Build your plate to hit them. Not a labels version of what a serving size is, but your version of what a serving size is. And 4, graduate through the 4 phases. Pre-track, then estimate, then pre-plan without tracking, then use the plate template. Prove competence in each phase before you move on. The progressive intuitive system is simple. You earn your way off of tracking by proving you can operate without it and get results, not by assuming that you can. Anyone trying to sell you any other system for this is a liar or putting you on a restrictive diet. That's just reality. If you don't know the skills and prove that you can progress through them, we're just guessing. If you're ready to stop starting over every Monday, learn about our High Performer program where we get you strong, lean, and pain-free for real life, real activities, and show you how you can be that high performer version of you that you know you can be. My mission is to help 10,000 people feel strong, lean, pain-free, and confident in their bodies, so the first conversation is absolutely free. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and I'll see you on the next one.